Hey everyone, welcome back to Get Ready With Me, Louise. Hey, I'm doing pretty good. Second video, right? So we're starting the new year off pretty good, I think, considering I'm not good at, consistency. But I thought today, we would play with the new Too Faced, what is this one? The Too Femme collection. I think it came out with lipsticks too, but I didn't get those. I got the palette here and the blush. Look at the packaging. Okay. This is what the palette looks like. Let's see. Let's put it like that. That's the palette. And then this is the blush. Now, I don't know if you can see, but there's butterflies and then it says Too Faced on it. The embossing to it, the butterflies and stuff, had gold glitter all over it and overspray. As soon as I put my blush brush in it, they were gone. So, if you were wanting it for that reason, no. If you weren't wanting it, know that it's just an overspray and it's gone with the first dip of your brush. The color is what I have on my cheeks now, and I think it's pretty. It's really pretty. I don't mind the formula to it. It's called Butterfly Babe. Yeah, I don't have my glasses, y'all. So I do think that it is a very pretty color, and I think it would work on most skin tones. Again, I can only attest for my own though, so take that in mind. As far as the palette, I really do feel like spring vibes to it, so I do enjoy it. It's still winter, but hey, I'm all for a little color, So today I thought we would play with some of the colors, and I created this look over here, and I'm going to try to do it on this eye. We will see. We'll hope. You know what I mean? That's all we can do. So the first shade I'm going to go into is, let's see, Soft Landing. The names of all the shades are on the back, but we're going to go into Soft Landing. And I'm going to use this as my crease shade, transition shade, whatever. It's the first shade I'm using, y'all. Again, the looks I create are just from a consumer's point of view. Like if you're trying to figure something out maybe and having trouble. I don't really have an artistic side really, or vision. You know what I mean? Well, I mean, obviously, I try. Let's do it like that. I give it my best. But I kind of just go with the flow. It's kind of my motto in life, go with the flow. So I started thinking on things that I could do that's different, but that still shows palettes being used, or whatever makeup product is being used, as a consumer's point of view, so you can see how it performs, whether it's the product's error, my error, whatever. As you can see, this doesn't have that much pigment, and each time I'm dipping and trying to build it up, it does build up a little bit, but I have a light skin tone. I'm not like the lightest, but I'm light. I'm not fair, but it does build up a little. But it's good as, your first shade. Or a blending shade even. Okay. So anyway, I was trying to think of stuff that I could do that would also be a little different. And I started thinking, human behavior fascinates me. Or perception of human, how everybody sees things differently sometimes. Like, everybody could be in a room and everybody's going to see the same thing differently, you know what I mean? And from their point of view. So I'm fascinated by that, in the fact of, A, is there a right or wrong? And B, a thought process behind it. And the reason being is because, you know how they say, like, walk a mile in that person's shoes? That's what I'm trying to do. And I'm trying to see situations like that, you know what I mean? So I was thinking that maybe if I got different perceptions, like not just my own or whoever's involved, I could see things maybe clearer or get more knowledge behind a situation, you know what I mean? So I thought we would start out with this scenario. Now, let me also say, before somebody says something, I have permission. Like, the situations will either be my own or friends, or maybe just, if it's strangers, obviously, then I don't have their consent. But I don't know them, so, you know, whatever. I don't have names or anything like that. So, anyway, with that said, here's the situation. Let me know down in the comments how you view it. Okay, my friend, sorry, my friend, and her husband went downstairs, and he started cooking, and she started on doing the night before's dishes, and she noticed he was cooking, and said, hey, will you do up the dishes you're dirty in, so I don't have to come back down and do them? And she said yes. Or he said yes, I'm sorry. He said yes. I'm not good at stories, am I? Anyway, I'll get better, I suppose. So anyway, he says yes, and she says great. So she starts to do the dishes, and he says, hey, I'll do those too, you know, while I'm doing this one. Well, she's a stay-at-home mom like myself. And she just felt like, you know, that's her job, just because he was off, you know, he should enjoy himself. She said, no, thank you. I appreciate it, but I can do these, no problem. There's only a couple anyway. So he goes about cooking, she goes about doing the dishes, running the water, and starts to do them. He's like, no, really, I'll do them. She again says, no, I'll do them. No big deal, just do yours. Appreciate it, though. So then he says, just stop, I'll do them. I said I'd do them, let me do them for it, you know, stop, let me just do this, I'm never off, let me do it for you. Well, she stopped, because his voice, you know, changed. And she said, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't even say that shade, did I? I used two Femme, and now I'm going to go into the shade Precisely Femme. So she said, no, or she stopped doing the dishes, and he was getting a little upset with her and was like, you know, you take this from me and now I can't get it back. And she's like, I took what? What did I take? And he said, me trying to do something nice for you. You know, I don't get off often, and I said I do the dishes, you know, why do you take this from me whenever I'm trying to do something nice? She says, fine, do the dishes. He says, no, never mind. Just do them. You already took it from me. I'm like, okay. She's telling me this. Now, mind you also, this is just her side of the story and her perception of the story, so who knows? I mean, I believe her, don't get me wrong, but you know, I don't know his side. But she went ahead and finished those, you know. And she couldn't understand, like, A, why he got so upset like that. Like, it's just dishes. And B, she didn't, you know, she said no. She had already started them. She can't read minds to know, oh, well, because he was doing that, he was going to do them all. And she was just trying to give him time, you know. It's like they're both trying to do something nice for each other, but somehow she became, I guess, the bad one. I don't know. In her mind, she became the bad one. And, I'm sorry. The next shade I'm going to go into is Crystal's Crush. And with that said, I guess how could she, what could she have done differently to not have the argument or the upset, you know, for getting upset? Or did she do nothing wrong? Did he do nothing wrong? Was it a misunderstanding type of thing? You know what I mean? Or there is no right or wrong type of thing. This is what I'm fascinated with. Because in my mind, I do see where they were both trying to do something nice for each other. And to me, she was doing the dishes to be nice to him, so he didn't have to do them all. Yet he was doing something nice for her. He wasn't adding, because he was going to his own. And I think he took it too far. Now, is that because she's my friend? I don't know. Or was he in the right because she could have just stopped and let him do them, I guess, in a sense. No, I think most people I think most people would have stopped, because who wouldn't stop doing the dishes, right? But I'm curious on that, because, like, I don't know. Like, am I wrong for saying that she wasn't in the wrong? The next shade I'm going into is Make It Rain. And I'm going to put this on my lower lash line. It's that pastel matte green. Oh, this is so pretty. Or mint green, I guess. It's so pretty. It's such a pretty color. You do have to build it up, though. I'm going to put it on my lower lash line. But, like, I don't know who's right or who's wrong. You know, like, if he didn't take it that far, I wouldn't think anything, you know? Like, I don't think anybody's right or wrong. I think they were both just trying to be nice. But because he was the one that got upset, then I feel like he's at fault? I don't know. Like, what do you all think? I'm so confused. Like, I just don't know. I feel like this color would be really pretty. Actually, I think this whole palette's really pretty, okay? But there's a lot of this shade, like this shade. There's a lot of lighter shades in here. And a lot of, like, shimmer. And I feel like this palette is a good palette for, like, 1 to 2 color looks almost. You know what I mean? Like a crease color and a lid color type of thing. Because I do notice that these shades blend away if you blend too much. So keep that in mind. I think it's a great palette for kids. (16 and under). For adults, maybe not so much. But if you're like me and you're a kid at heart, then it might be right up your alley. Because let me tell you, it was right up mine. The next shade I'm going into is meant to be. And this is the green, like, glitter shimmer shade. I'm not wetting any of these, by the way. I'm just going to run it right over top, but closer to my lash line. So I do have a little bit of fallout, but nothing that won't be swept away, number one. And then number two, I do think that if you got it wet or used a glitter glue for these, they would be just fine. I mean, this is right up there. It is different packaging. It's sort of more the size and everything with the Bear With Me palette, not the tin. That may have been tin though, or was that cardboard? This is cardboard packaging, but the formula is good to it. It's just their regular formula. Easy to work with, all that stuff. And then the shade I'm going to put in my inner corner is Part 1. So, I mean, what do you all think? Like, I know every situation's different, and anybody that views it's going to view it differently. But it's some, like, there's got to be a right or wrong, right? I mean, I don't know. But it's curious. I'm very, like, fascinated by it. Because I'm fascinated that he got so upset. And I'm fascinated she didn't stop doing the dishes. Because I'm pretty sure that's most I was just like, why didn't you stop if he offered? But then she said, you know, she was trying to be nice because it was his day off. Or maybe it's miscommunication. Maybe that's the issue. That could be. I never really thought of that until just now. I don't know. Let me know, though. Very curious. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and curl my lashes. I think I got both eyes pretty well even. I'm using my Rephr eyelash curler. I've really been enjoying this, by the way. This curler. I was using the Surratt one because I have hooded downturn eyes, and it really did work, you know, for me. But I've really been liking the Rephr. Then I'm going to put my Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara on the top lashes. It's just a little travel size. I got it in a Christmas thing. I haven't had this in forever. I haven't used any of it. I mean, I may have it in a larger tube. I just don't use it. I don't know why. Because I really haven't had any issues with this mascara. And I believe I've heard that like it flakes or smudges or something, transfers. But I have really hooded eyes and it hasn't done that to me. I'm trying not to talk because I suck with mascara and I usually mess up. Some way, somehow, every time. Alright. And then for lower lashes, I'm going to use my Lancome. I'm just trying to go over them very lightly, because if I do it too dark, what tends to happen is that it covers up what I've done on my lash line, especially if it's a lighter like shade that I used. Like the black it overpowers it. It doesn't cover it up, it overpowers it. There we go. I like it. Alright, so I got messed up a little bit, but I went through mascara as always. But let me know, like, I've got a bunch of scenarios that I'd like your point of view on, or your perception of it, see it differently and stuff. I have them wrote down, but that's the first one. So let me know what you all think about that. And then let me know if you've purchased the palette or are thinking about it. And let me know if there's any other palettes that interest you that I may have already, because I can tell you I never stopped purchasing palettes the whole time I didn't film, or makeup in general, because I got a ton of it, let me tell you. Too much really. But I really want to do this so that you all can see from a consumer's point of view, without any fancy lighting or camera or any of that, like how things actually apply. Like it's from beginning to end, you know what I mean? But this is the final look. And again, this palette isn't bam in your face. So if that's what you're looking for, this isn't it. This can be, I mean, it can definitely give you a bold look. The colors, you know, go from light to dark. It's got a good range and different ways to take it, whether it be this darker color of pink to a dark brown. Like, you got different ways of taking it to darken it up and stuff, and to lighten it up. So I do think you have a lot of variation within this palette. And it's not going to be for everybody, I will say that. So I think that if you purchased it because you like the color scheme, I don't think you'll be disappointed, because it is easy to work with. But if you're looking for, like, if you think these colors are going to be like really bright and vibrant, you're going to have to work to build them up. So, but that's all I got for you today. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell, hit all, that way you're notified when I do upload. I am trying to upload regularly. And let me know about the scenario. What do you think? What would you do? What went wrong? And I'll be back with another video and another scenario. But until then, stay safe and stay healthy. Bye.